Hi, I'm Debbie. Welcome to my kitchen, the home of Almost Vegan Cooking School. We're going to make vegan grilled cheese sandwiches today. This is part of our serious comfort food, and if you want to introduce a vegan recipe to your family, this is a fabulous place to start because who doesn't like grilled cheese sandwiches?
This was actually the first vegan recipe my daughters ever requested.
I would say that's something.
It is. They really enjoy this.
So pay attention close. My niece also, the first time I made this past spring, she loved it and wanted the recipe as well. And it's going to surprise you, the ingredients inside are cheese sauce because they're primarily vegetables. The first thing we're going to do is a russet baked potato. Now we want about 2 cups, and this is the average russet potato. So Courtney, can you peel that for me? Now when you're chopping the potato, it really is just a rough chop because we're going to boil them and throw them in the blender. So the main thing, if you want them to cook fast, is to have, little smaller pieces. But this is approximately our 2 cups of potatoes. Then we're going to do the same thing with 2 carrots, just a peel and a rough chop. Okay, the next ingredient is an onion, and we're going to just rough chop a white onion. We need about a half a cup, or a yellow onion. Now you may be wondering why I have an X on this onion. This is just a little tip. Sometimes when you come home from the grocery store, you've already got a couple of onions in your pantry. And this X right here reminds me that I need to use this onion first before I use the brand new purchased onions. So the vegetables are ready. I'm dropping them into a low boil right now. And I like to use a large pot. I think it's a little easier to work with. We're just going to boil this for 10 minutes or until our vegetables are fork tender. While the potatoes and the carrots and the onions are cooking, I want to start putting the ingredients in a blender. Now the first ingredient are cashews. Now a half a cup of cashews. This is the foundation of a lot of vegan cheese, whether it's seeds or nuts. If you don't have a high-speed blender, it's important that you soak your cashews. Oh, can you do that, Courtney? And just so after soaking, we're going to want to rinse them. Then we'll put them in our Vitamix.
And if you don't think ahead to soak your cashews, if you get a last minute request for grilled cheese, for example, another option would be to boil some water and just put the cashews in boiling water for about 5 minutes. You could turn off the heat after the water starts boiling and then add your cashews.
And that'll give them just a softer, less gritty texture in your blender. So the next ingredient is a 1/4 cup. I have coconut milk here, but you can use any type of plant milk. And we have nutritional yeast, a little bit of salt and garlic powder. I'm throwing in because I like garlic, and extra clove. And then finally, we want to add some lemon juice just to give it a little bit of, all cheese needs a little bit of a bite to it. So here's a gorgeous lemon. What I normally do is massage it before I slice into it, and that way the fruit really releases a lot of its juices. Oh, could you get that, Courtney? I guess our potatoes are done. And I'm going to want about 3 tablespoons of lemon juice to put in with my cheese sauce. Okay, here is our lemon juice.
And here's the water that we took from our pot of boiling vegetables. It's still steaming.
And it's a little hot. About 3/4 of a cup. And the potato water helps, it's like another little binding agent.
And now our veggies are ready. They're nice and tender.
Pour them into a colander. And then they're gonna go right into our Vitamix. So we're ready to blend all of our ingredients into this gorgeous, it's almost like Cheese Whiz. It's a really pretty yellow-orange sauce.
And if your vegetables are still hot, make sure you remember to vent the top a little bit to let that steam escape, because if you don't, you could have a big mess on your hands, and you don't want to learn that the hard way.
And here is our cheese sauce for our grilled cheese sandwiches. You can put it in the refrigerator to firm it up, or if you want to use it right away, you may want to cut back on the water a little bit to keep it, give it a little thicker consistency. And now we're going to start frying up our grilled cheese sandwiches. Yeah. So here comes the fun part. We're going to be able to put this all together. This is the cheese sauce after it's been chilled. This one was overnight. Now you don't have to chill it, you don't have to wait, but it is a little bit easier to work with without licking your fingers as much when you put it all together. So I've got some sourdough bread, and I'm going to just slap on the cheese. And it really does have the consistency of Cheese Whiz, and you can put it on both sides of your bread. And this makes really quite a bit too. I think about 6 sandwiches altogether, depending on the size of your bread.
It's not so terrible if you have some extra cheese sauce. It's good any which way. On chips, we mixed it with some pico de gallo and had a little queso dip. Lots of different options.
Celery sticks. We're going to use it on our twice baked potatoes coming up.
That's tomorrow.
And then I'm going to slather this with a little bit of vegan mayonnaise on one side.
And you could use a plant-based butter as well. The plant-based butter that most people are familiar with is Earth Balance. Earth Balance is readily available, but you may notice that it does use some palm oil, which is not very environmentally friendly. It does contribute to the destruction of the rainforest. Some other plant-based butter options are Melt and Miyokos. Melt is a coconut-based product. I found this at Sprouts. Miyokos is a cashew cream, and this was found at Whole Foods. So just another couple options if you choose to use a plant-based butter instead of the mayonnaise.
Okay, I think we're ready to fry them up. So we're over at the cooktop right now, and I primarily have cast iron skillets because I really like them, but I'm waiting. I've got it on medium high, and I've just got my hand above it to feel the heat because I want to have even temperature cooking for frying. And I'm going to do, the pan's already seasoned, but I'm going to add a teaspoon of oil. Okay, ready soon. Oh, okay, so now I'm ready, just about ready to flip. So I'm slathering this side of the bread with a little bit more vegan mayonnaise. I came up with this idea of using mayonnaise because I was out of vegan butter, and I thought it was pretty marvelous. In fact, it's my go-to now over vegan butter. But you can experiment because most of us have this. It's easy to get at in the grocery store. Okay, we're ready to slice into this. And I've made some homemade tomato soup too, and who doesn't love tomato soup? Isn't this delicious looking? I'm sure you want to come over for lunch. We're going to share a great recipe too coming up on how to make some homemade tomato soup. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this cooking class as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. This cooking school came to be because there is so much good news to share about a plant-based diet. Become a part of our cooking school family in an effort to heal our bodies